So if you've had sections before, this will be review. But if you've not had sections before, then this will be new. Sections are how we show the internal working components of a part that we just can't see the inside of. So top view, we could see down into this, but from the front view and the side view, we wouldn't be able to see inside of it. Be a lot of hidden lines type of thing. So anytime you have a part or an object that has stuff inside, the way to view that and then to dimension it is to section it or cut it. So basically all a section is cutting through something, slicing it. Okay. So here, this is a full section because it cuts fully through the object. So that gets confusing for students because it looks like, hey, I'm looking at half of it. No, that's a full section because it goes fully through. That's a full section, goes fully through the object. Those are two full sections. Okay, if it just went partially through and then arrowed out, it would be a partial or a half section. Now, the way we draw it is in a top view or a plan view, we put on the cutting plane line. That's this line. Here's what we use. We use a phantom or a double dash center line. So see how there's two dashes instead of one? So that's called a phantom. This is just a thick, kind of a thick hidden line or a phantom line. So they're super thick. Typically, they're thicker than visible lines. So we have our visible edges, these visible lines, those are thick. These are thin, the section lines, but then the cutting plane line is even thicker yet. So, and it has two arrows. So the cutting plane, the arrows point in the direction that you're going to view the object. So you can see the little arrows here. We're going to view it this way. This makes the section. That's the view. Any material you cut through gets hatched. So this is called a hatch. Right? So if the knife, like if you think about cutting through this object, if the knife cuts through material, that's going to get a hatch pattern. There's all different kinds of hatch patterns. Okay. And I'm not really hung up on which one you use. This is the pretty common one. It's called an ANSI 31. And I'll show it to you when we get into AutoCAD. But that's what we're going to do today is some sections. There's lots of different kinds of sections. These are all full sections from different views, right? These are full sections cutting all the way through the object. So this is a round object. Again, where the material is, gets a hatch pattern. This is a full section, this is a full section. Okay. Keep in mind which way your arrows point and make the section represent which way the arrows point. This one's looking to the left. That's perfect. This one's looking to the right, but then they drew the left. And this is on the correct side, but the arrows are on the wrong direction. So the arrows point to the side you're looking at. Okay. If you can put the section in projection to the top view or whatever view you're working with, that's good, but it's not always the case. Sometimes we just remove the sections to a different part of the drawing. Let's look at some more. So these are called revolved sections where we literally draw the section right in position and just revolve it. So that's this cross section right here. It's square. This cross section is some kind of polygon, and this cross section is circular. So those are revolved where you slice it and then revolve it right in position. Revolve section. This is the same way here. They sliced it, revolved it so we can see what that geometry looks like. Same with this one. So those are called revolved sections. Again, there's lots of different kinds. There's removed, there's broken out. This is kind of a blown up section. So here's the little section area right here. And here's the cut plane, right? And then they blow it up right here to just look at this one little area. So again, what you cut through gets hatched. And if the knife doesn't see material, it does not get hatched. like that's a hole. So they cut through this. They get pretty complicated. Like sections of more complicated objects look like this. Section AA, section BB. And you have to go look for the cuts. Here's AA, cutting down through it this way. Here's BB, cutting through it at an angle. Again, they put this in projection to the cut. So that's good. And they put this in projection to the cut. That helps us see it. They used a different hatch pattern for the material that the knife cut through. And then they take geometries and just blow them up right here. So this is an enlarged view of the valve seat. But yeah, you get a lot of different sections. We're just going to do full sections of these two objects. So I think in the exercise, it says, create a full section of the two objects. Slice the objects through the top or front view. It's up to you. Use A-size paper, fully dimensioned, put both drawings in one file. So 2 layouts, 1 file. These are the drawings here. So you got to draw the top view, and then you would cut through it from the top view, and then you draw the section. So you need both views. It shows, you got to have both views to show the cut, right? So you got to have the top view, which has the cut, and then the section view that gets developed from the cut. So you need those 2 views. I said you can do the front or the top. So this one, I think you're going to definitely draw this front view because that's the front view, and then cut through that. This one, yeah, maybe through the top. Draw the top view and cut it. All right. Now, in AutoCAD, you're going to end up with, say, this is my section. I don't know if you've had hatching before or not, so I wanted to show it to you. And this is a hole that goes through it. So there would be another view up here somewhere that shows the cut. The cutting plane line you can make a few different ways. If you've not used polyline, I would use polyline. It works really well. So P-line, probably for the arrowheads, and then a phantom line for the, here, let's load a phantom. Go to load lines, we'll go down, find phantom. I like it better for drawing cutting plane lines. So turn it into the phantom line. So that's what a phantom looks like. That scale's a little small. Almost looks like a hidden line. So I will change the line type scale to be 2, 3. Get better. Oh, it's good, right? So then you can set line thickness to that, but it doesn't do the arrows, right? You can go in here and put a thick line on. Turn the display on and you'll be able to see it. So something like that. Look at it in a layout. That's where it's going to really matter what it looks like. Looks like the line type scale is not showing up. So again, do your changes in here. I'm going to go back to 1 to see what it does. Like it. So in layout, I had to go 0.5 to get it to show up. So that's just standard model space layout shenanigans. Like back here in model, it probably looks terrible, right? It does. Here, I'll reach out. Yeah. So here's where you want to set that kind of thing. But I don't have the arrows on, right? So polyline does arrows. If you've not used polyline, I'm going to show it to you. P-line is like drawing a line, but you can set width to it down here. So it's a special line, a polyline that allows you to set width. So maybe I want to set width to, I don't know, let's see if we can, I'm going to type in W and see what 0.1 looks like. It's pretty, it's not bad. It's close to that other thickness, right? So you can draw thick lines with polyline, but the nice thing with polyline is you can draw arrowheads really nice. So I'm still in polyline. I can type in W for width and I can put in like 0.25 for the start width, and then the ending width I can put in at 0 and it'll do this. So that's a pretty good way to draw a thick line or arrowhead. Now you can edit it, like maybe it wasn't big enough, or you can just do it again and get those sizes correct. So polyline, maybe I go a little thicker, I'll go 0.2 for the line, whoops. Polyline. Width 2. And then the arrowhead I'll go with at 0.5 and 0. So you can kind of play with it. Once I get one side, I just copy it. Then once you get it, you don't ever have to make it again. You can add it to your template and it'll just be there. But that's a decent cutting plane line. Phantom's a little bit messed up as far as the breaks, so I might change that scale a little bit, like 0.6. Yeah, that looks better. And then that would be the cutting plane line that shows this section. Okay, now hatching. B hatch is probably the easiest way. It's called boundary hatch. And you get the boundary hatch dialog box up here. So if you choose pick points, all you have to do is mouse over an area and it's going to hatch that area in. Right now, the scale is so thick and so dense that it looks like a solid, but it's not. It's using this ANSI 31 is what it's using, but it's just really, really dense, right? If I zoomed in, I could see that there is a hatch there, but since I'm zoomed back, it looks kind of black. So you're gonna have to figure out your scale, and sometimes you just gotta do some guessing until it looks good. I'll put 5 in. That's looking better. Still pretty tight. And I like it. So then you click and it places it. And when you're done with the scaling, now you can change the scale again. I could go to 20. Yeah, it looks too thick. Back to 10. I like it. And hit close hatch. And they have them. So that maybe went in thick. So you can grab the hatch and you can change it to thin or whatever. Could be just showing it because I'm zoomed in too, because when I was zoomed out, it looked pretty good. Yeah. So hatching's not too difficult. Whatever you have, you just have to have the boundaries. So you had some kind of boundary and you wanted to hatch in areas, B hatch, just BH. And then you can just mouse over areas and it'll show up and you may have to change the scale. All right. And that's pick points. It's the easiest one to use. to hatch in an area. It'll find all these areas because they're closed. It does have to be a closed area. All right, so that's how they made, you know, these hatch patterns. Sometimes this is something that I've done a lot is, when I go back to model. If I have text in here, I'm gonna get rid of this hatch. If I need to put text in here, like it could be a room name, like we did the floor plan, it had room names inside there, but maybe you want to hatch out all the flooring area or who knows what, right? If you have text in ahead of time, single line text, I'm gonna make it kind of big text so you can see how this works. So put the text in first and then hatch it. It'll find that text and it'll put a border around it like that. So if you put the text in second, it just goes over the top of the hatch and it can really look poor. Change the scale a little. Yeah, something like that. So see how it goes around the text? So get everything done first. If you have any text in the inside, get it in there and then do your hatching and it'll go around the text. If there's multiple shapes inside, then just be careful with the mouse. Like if there was a hole or a rectangle in here, hatch will find all of those things and just go around them. So it went around the text, went around the rectangle, went around the circle. All right. You are doing these. So it shows them here, right here. So this is kind of description of what you're going to do. And then I just did a different one to show it. So this one and this one. Huh? Yeah, you got time. Yep. And this one, since it's kind of on its side, this is the front view. Draw that and then do a full cut plane all the way through it. And then that gets rotated and then you draw the section. Just like it shows in this. This PowerPoint's there too, but just like this shows, right? You're gonna draw a view like this one. This one is a front view right here with the cut plane through it. And then this section, the new view of the cut. So this little diagram shows both a cutting plane in a top view and a cutting plane in a front view. This one has two cutting planes, both in the top view, right? And then it developed these sections. So yeah, that's the goal. And these are the two, they're also in the PowerPoint. One's metric. They're both metric. So you should be able to do them both in the same file, just with different layouts. Questions? Have you seen sections before? Uriel has a little bit, yeah. Okay. Okay. If you have questions, I'm here for it. But that is the project, sectioning and hatching.